What's going on, y'all? What's going on? I gotta add a couple levels here. Those just joining the stream, we haven't entered anything yet. These are some trade ideas. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? There's a couple setups I'm looking at right now. Ooh, I don't know why it's lagging like that. We'll see what fixes. Okay, there it goes. Got a couple alerts popping off. We're gonna break down this stuff. Went over this stuff in the Sunday chart now, so if you haven't checked that out yet, make sure to check that out after the live stream. But as of right now, we have a little bit of action going on. We do see some volume starting to pump into the markets. Haven't taken any trades yet, though. We're watching to see what this next 15 looks like. Got a possible NAS buy set up here. It's been holding as low as support, 17,600, like we was talking about last night. Also watching GJ to see how it reacts to these couple levels here. GA ended up doing a retest about a couple hours ago. It's doing a nice push up from this level we was talking about as well. So again, since we missed the initial entry here at 93.50, we're going to either wait for price to retrace back down, or we're going to wait to see if price can break this next level at around 9,400, where we can look for a buy setup. So we got a few setups we can possibly see right here. And since gold's moving, let me make sure GU is not okay. So that's we're doing a retest. Perfect. Yeah, so we're gonna see what this next 15 looks like. We got a new 5-minute just started. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But we're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. And while we're doing that, I gotta update StreamYard and put last month's recap, because right now it still says December and last quarter. So I got to do that as well. So give me 1 second. Actually, GM just went off. Let me see what GM's like. All right, GM just broke the bottom of the zone right here. Yeah, we got about a minute and a half to the next 15. So we're going to see if gold can hold this low as resistance. If it can, we might see some sales come back into play. We're also going to be watching GJ to see how he reacts to his next low as well as GA. We also have a possible NAS buy. So that's what we're going to be looking at this next 15. Like always, you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we're looking at your charts, drop them in the chat. Yeah, I'm kind of liking how this is looking right here. Waiting for GA for sure as well. Because again, we are nice and bullish on this. Still respect this level of support. We can see the higher high get made if we can break this resistance low here at 9,400. So we're going to see if price can break and hold that level of support where we can look for continued buys. So that's what we're watching right there. Now GJ is a little bit different because again, we was bullish, but price ended up failing to break this resistance level at 188.30, which is what gave us the lower low that got caused last week. But price failed to break these next levels and starting to push back up. So again, we're waiting for price to do a couple things. We're either waiting for it to break above 187.70. If we put that support, we could see some short-term buys to 188.30. Now, if it breaks 188.30, then we can see the uptrend come back into play. So we're waiting for either price to break and hold those levels, or waiting for price to break back below 187. And if it can hold as resistance, we can see possible sales come back. So that's what we're looking at as far as GJ is concerned. Let me fix the music. I don't know what's going on there. Let's rewind that. I don't know. The thing just started lagging out. That's a lot better. All right, cool. We just had GM pop out. So we put GM's up too. Or just join the stream. We haven't entered anything yet. These are just trade ideas. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Join our free signal for Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Got a couple setups we're looking at right now. If you guys got any questions, drop in the chat. When looking at any charts, drop in the chat. What's going on, 82? What's going on? What's going on, y'all? What's going on? That's no choice. What's going on? So now that's pushed a little bit too high. It says again, we don't have any new zones after this one yet. I want to wait for it to retrace a little bit more. A good entry would be around 17,600, 17,610. So I want to see if it's going to retrace a little bit more for an entry. Because again, we enter right here, the risk reward is not going to be that great. It's still going to be a little bit more than a 1-to-1, but it's not going to be that great. Flows pushing down. I got to alert some of these other charts, so we're just chilling, patiently waiting. So while we're chilling, we can go over how we did last week and go over how we did last month. All right, you see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link in the description. Once you hit that first link, you're going to see the link to the live as well as the Sunday chart analysis. And you're going to see how we did last month. Last month, we went 20-0, caught 37,620 pips. As far as last week, we went 4-0. Monday, we caught 17,200 pips. Tuesday, 100 pips. Wednesday, 100 pips. Thursday 47, and Friday we took 0 trades. In the week, 17,347 pips caught, just taking 4 trades. You click right here, it's going to go over day by day those positions we took, screenshots those positions, as well as all these trades we took last week, including the entire month. We went over daily during the London session lives, as well as weekly during the Sunday chart analysis. A lot of stuff we took, we went over in the Sunday chart analysis last week, as well as the London session lives, and a lot of other charts when that's projected from the Sunday chart analysis, whether we took them or not. Right, so if you click right here, it's going to take you to the beginning of the month, which was again all the way up here. We started, I think, like January 3rd. That's when the holidays was over. So you can see we started off right with the 111 pips calling this GA setup. Then of course it was kind of slow the first month. I mean, not first month, first week and a half of January, but you can see things start to slowly pick back up. But yeah, you hit that first link in description. You can check all this stuff out yourselves. As far as how we did last quarter, if you scroll to January 4th, I believe you'll see how we did last quarter, but we'll go over that in a second. I want to make sure we're not missing any subs in the charts. A new 5-minute did just pop up. As far as news, again, we don't have anything too crazy going on today. We do have at 10 a.m. unemployment claim, not unemployment claims, ISM services for the USD pairs. We do got New Zealand and bank holiday as well all day today. And then when markets reopen later on, we do got some Australian news popping off during Tokyo session. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop in the chat. How to do a funded account? What's the best one? Well, before I answer that, how long have you been trading? Because I always tell people you shouldn't get a funded account unless you actually are profitable trading. And the easiest way to see if you are profitable is how you've been doing the past month to quarter. If you have not been consistently profitable on a week by week, and especially towards the end of a month by month basis, for at least a month to 3 months, you shouldn't even worry about a funded account because you're just going to waste your money, right? Because again, a lot of people think that a funded account is going to be the answer to their problems, but if you don't have a good system down trading wise as well as a trading plan, a funded account is not going to help you out. But I have a bunch of videos on my channel going over funded accounts, how to pass them, and all types of stuff. So I can drop a couple in the chat, but if you just explore the channel, you'll find plenty as well. I think I dropped one as far as the best one, there's a bunch. I can't really say which one's the best because I'll be assuming that I practiced and used all of them. I can only recommend ones I've used. But first, let me know how long you've been trading. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When you look at these charts, drop them in the chat. Just slowly pushing. Gold's going as projected as well. And that's still kind of chilling right here. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? Make sure to hit that first link in the description when y'all hop in, join the free signal and free telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link and check it out for yourselves. Just went over how we did last month. Also, make sure to check out the Sunday chart analysis. A lot of stuff are starting to slowly go as projected right now. Got a new video dropping for y'all later on today as well, so be on the lookout for that. And dang, y'all did this last week too. I don't understand y'all. I don't know if y'all draw a question, y'all disappear, or y'all don't hear me respond to y'all's questions. But dang, I'm still waiting for you to respond to me. It's asking how long you've been trading so I can help you out. What's going on, JD? How you doing, my boy? How you doing? You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. New 15 did just pop up. So again, we're waiting for as far as GA to see if we can break this level, hold it back as support. The initial entry would have been down here, but it didn't do that until like a couple hours ago. I took a nap before I started the stream, so I missed that entry. So of course we don't chase trades. So we either wait for price to retrace back down to this level where we can look for buys, or we're going to wait for the price to break this level right here at around 9,400, 94.05, where we can look for possible buys here as well. So that's what we're waiting on as far as GA is concerned. What else? Let's see what GJ is up to, because GJ is kind of in no man's land also. Yeah, but I got alerts on these other charts. We're just patiently waiting. Again, we don't control price, so that's why we're just waiting for price to come to us. And that's also why we also just wait for the confirmations, because the confirmations are going to kind of help us determine what's the best move to make based on what price is doing. 1 second. Okay, cool. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. I see it scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. Instagram is playmaker underscore away. TikTok's playmaker, underscore playmaker away underscore. Post daily on both pages during the week. Make sure to check that out. Yeah, compared to the other two, Nas has been flying a lot more than SPS US 30 lately. It's been very interesting. Which we can see right here. Still not a good entries. We missed a good entry point on them. But Nas has been pushing a lot more aggressively compared to these two. So let me add an alert right here just in case price retraces for us. All right, man. I'm going to put that alert right there. Yeah, I was like, what the heck? There we go. I was like, well, why didn't my thing say it? That was kind of weird. But there we go. Now we in business. Let me see if we can retrace for us. Looks like we got some retracements. We got some pumps going on as far as GA is concerned. Yeah, so we're going to see how this 15 reacts. See if we can break this level, this 15. While we're doing that, let me see what other price are up. We just showing that. Looks like Green is trying to push up also. You guys got any questions? Drop in the chat. When we can need charts, drop in the chat. We got that retest coming now. And that's why you never want to chase trades, because 9 times out of 10, price is always going to retrace the retest. We see that happen all the time. So we're going to see how it reacts off this retest. Let's switch back to it and take a look at NAS as well. See if NAS is retesting for us also. Take a look. Kind of. We're going to flip back and forth between the two. I'll take a look at US 30 also. Yeah, we got these retests going down. It's slowly pushing up, but again, we're waiting till it hits our levels. Never want to chase trades. Never want to be impatient. We see it slowly pushing up. You just taking a nap, so I'm gonna put this back on GU. SPX doing a nice little retest. Let's see if GU can break this level right here. We already went over how we did last month. Y'all see it on y'all screen how we did last month and last quarter. Go ahead and hit that first link to join the free Sooner free Telegram. Also, just dropped the Sunday chart analysis last night for y'all as well. So make sure to check that out. Last week, a lot of stuff went as projected from the Sunday chart analysis. But it is Monday, and like most Mondays and Tuesdays, it's usually the slowest days of the week. But London session did just start too, so we're gonna see what these next couple hours look like. And we do got New Zealand news today. Well, not news, bank holiday. As far as news, we do got one at 10 o'clock for USD pairs. And then later on tonight, when markets reopen during Tokyo session, we got Australian news at 10:30. Then an hour later at 11:30. But that's pretty much it as far as news is concerned. So again, we're just waiting for a price to hit our levels, reach our confirmations, and of course, volume to kick in. Did see some decent moves happen last night. As far as the stream, saw a little bit of pushes, but we also saw some retracements. We're also waiting mainly and most importantly for our levels to get broken and our confirmations to be met. So that's what we're really waiting on right now. If you guys got any questions, drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. But we're just chilling, patiently waiting right now. So this is how we did last quarter. This was October, November, December combined. We just went over how we did last month. We went 20 last month, so zero losses last month. 37,620 pips. You go to January 4th, it's going to not only bring you to the beginning of the month, but it's going to show you how we did last quarter as well. This is how we did last quarter. This was October, November, December combined. We're still looking at the charts. I got some on my other screen, but we're also still looking at GA right here. Still waiting for it to not just touch this little break and hold it as support. But October went 32-5, catching 157,608 pips. November went 22-1, catching 58,068. Then December went 22-1 again, caught 24,481 pips. Ending the quarter 76-7 losses, giving us a 96% win rate, catching a total of 240,157 pips. 207,561 pips strictly with the members in the advanced play signal room. Every trade posted as the date, time the trade was entered, personal entry, SLs, TPs, how people view to enter the trade reactions, and of course those TPs getting hit. Do the recap of the month at the end of every month, do the recap of the day at the end of every day, as well as the recap of the week at the end of every week. And then every Sunday, we drop the Sunday chart analysis as well. Not just going over what we see price doing Monday and Tuesday, but throughout the entire week. All wins and losses are posted. And if you go to photos, there's over 1,000 photos of screenshots of positions I personally took. Screenshots, so well, that's a Sunday chart now. So the screenshots of the signals as well as the positions. And then, of course, there's also student results and testimonials y'all can check out for yourselves. Here's one right here. Here's another one. All types of stuff. Y'all can check it out. Y'all can pause, rewind, read them for yourselves, or y'all hit that first link in the description. Y'all can check this stuff out for yourselves as well. But yeah, we got a new 15 I just started. So let's go ahead and check out what these charts are up to. GU still kind of taking a nap. Again, for it to continue to push down, it's going to have to break through this level of traffic right here, which we kind of see prices kind of struggling to do. So we're going to see if price can do that once volume kicks in. GA is right by our level, but again, we don't just want price to hit it. We want to see it get broken and held at support. Because again, you want to enter buys off support. You want to enter sells off resistance. Right, you want to enter buy sell support. Then you want to enter sells off resistance levels. Whoops. All right, unmuted. So let's do that again. So I went over this in the Sunday chart analysis, but I got you. We're going to go over it right here. So price on as far as gold is concerned, but struggling to make higher highs or lower lows. We just been seeing lows and highs get made. Last week we was going for buys. Ever since Tuesday, price was pushing up, but for the uptrend have continued and failed to break 2055 and treat that as a support, which is why on Friday and then today price is rejecting back down. Right. And then on the rejection back down, it also failed to hold 2036 as support. So the price like we was going over the Sunday chart analysis, above 2026 we're pushing down. So the price can continue to push down and go as projected. We can see 2020 get hit. Now, if it breaks 2020, starts treating that as a resistance, we can see sales back down to 2012, if not possibly 2006. But for the downtrend to continue or come back into play, it's going to have to break 2006 and treat that as a resistance, which we see price failed to do so last time. But the last time price did do that, we had that small downtrend come into play. So that's pretty much what we got going down with gold. Again, we're just waiting for price to make up his mind, determine which side is going to hold. But that's what's going on with gold as of right now. And then G is still taking another nap. GA just hit this level again. We want to see if we can break this level to that support. So we're going to see if we can do that this next 5 minute, next 15. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok, y'all. Y'all see it on y'all screen. Instagram is playmaker_away. TikTok's _playmakeraway_. All right. Make sure to follow me on TikTok for sure, especially y'all have TikTok. A lot of y'all was following me, but like I've been talking about the past couple months, my main account, I was at 3,000 followers, got banned. All right. So help your boy out and let's get back to that. Shout out to everybody that subscribed to the YouTube as well. Make sure to sub to the YouTube. I have a question. If you're working swing shift, that's 30 days. A day shift, 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. The next month you rotate to 30 days at night shift, 6:30 p.m. to 10:30 a.m. When would you trade? Well, what kind of job are you working? Do you have access to what are you working, like a warehouse, or what are you working? Because it depends what job you're working. But also, let's just assume that you work 6:30 to 10:30 p.m. And if I'm assuming this is EST, let me know if I'm mistaken. But if it's EST, you can literally go on the charts during London session, or if you get off at 10:30, you can look for setups between let's say you get off at 10:30, you get back to the crib at, because there shouldn't be traffic at 10:30 at night no matter what day of the week it is. So let's assume you're 30 minutes to an hour away from where you work. You know what I'm saying? You can go on the charts from whenever you get back to the crib. So let's just say midnight to even London session, or before, you know what I'm saying? So let me just tell you what I did. Like, there's time to work. Now I get what you're saying. You work a lot, but let me tell you this, right? Before I don't even like saying full time because I do other things. I don't just trade, so I don't even like saying full time trader. But let's say before I quit my two jobs, because I used to work two jobs. I used to work 14, 16-hour shifts, only had one full day off. I had two half days off. But I worked 16 or 14-hour shifts, and I still figure out a way to, in between, before work, during work, whatever the case may be, to not only trade but study to read the chart. So it really depends on like what your job is. I need more information because it was just the fact that you work that many shifts, and you said that's 30 days. So what are your days off? Are you working all weekdays? Like, what? I need more information. I need like your actual shift. Are you working Monday through Friday? Are you working Saturday to Thursday? Like, what are you doing? Because that also depends. That's also going to determine what you can do. Warehouse can, oh yeah, warehouse, yeah, CST. What the fuck? I gotta do CST. I don't know what CST is. Let me see. So a warehouse is a little bit more difficult. I used to work a warehouse job. Maybe one of you ought to be robots, so I know how that goes down. Give me 1 second. But let me know your shift. Are you working all week, like during the weekdays? So you're an hour behind from EST. Okay. So your shift is 7:30, right before London, right before New York session starts, to around 11:30. Yeah, so you can just trade London session, to be honest. London and Tokyo session. Because I know you see a lot of stuff online where people make it seem like the New York session is the only session you can trade or make money. But you can trade as long as the markets are open. Like Tokyo session, London session. So that's the beautiful thing about the charts. Once you understand how to read the charts, how the charts work, you can trade whenever. Now, of course, there's going to be certain times during every session where there's slow periods and there's certain pairs that do move better during certain sessions. But you can trade any session. That's the beautiful thing about it. Um, Monday to Saturday. Okay. So yeah, I would say you can trade during Tokyo and London session before work. You know what I mean? Like what I used to do, even when I worked during the day. You know what I'm saying? This was I didn't have to go there at 6:30. Well, one of my jobs I did, but you know what I'm saying. What I used to do, my most recent before I quit my jobs, I had work at 8, and I got off at 6, and I had my other job at 8 to like 11, sometimes 12. I usually told them I had to get off at 11, so I could make time to trade and practice. So then what I did was I'd wake up at London session, so like 2 a.m., 3 a.m., look at the charts, look for some setups, take some positions, and then took a nap either like 4 or 5 a.m., took like a 2-hour nap, and then I went off to work. But I know a lot of people can't do that. But again, like, you just got to make it work. Like, one thing I did was, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just got to make it work. But that's the beautiful thing about trading. You got Tokyo and London session. You can put SLs and TPs in. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? All you got to do is just make sure when you take positions to secure profits, because that's another thing that hurts people. You know what I'm saying? You got to secure profits, right? Especially when you don't understand what's going on in the charts. That's what I would say. Just when you get back, you have time from when you get back to the crib to hop on the charts. There's going to be some setups during Tokyo session most of the time. And then, like, before London session, there's going to be setups in between Tokyo and London session. So that's what I would do until, you either get a better schedule or, you change jobs. But that's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Because, again, you don't have to just trade New York session. Right? That's not a thing. If the markers are open, if the candlesticks are moving, if the time's moving, there's going to be setups 8 times out of 10. Central Standard Time. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so you're like an hour from EST, hour behind. Yeah, so you'd be at, you said 6:30, that'd be 7:30. You'd get up at 11:30. Yeah, so that's what I would say. Or, you know what I'm saying, if you could change your schedule, I'd recommend that as well. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's the only shift that you could work or was available, but I'd do that as well. Change it to something. You say you work Monday to Saturday. You said 6:30 to 10. They got you there for the whole. Yeah, you need that OT money though. But yeah, that's what I'd recommend. You know what I'm saying? But if you are brand new to trading, what I would really recommend is stacking your bread up and just learning, studying and learning. Learn the craft. And while you're learning the craft, save up your money so you'll have that investment money ready for when you understand what you're doing, right? Then from there, then you start to actually take real trades on a live account, and then eventually, you know what I'm saying, you can change the situation. Because that's what I used to do as well. Because again, a lot of things people do, I used to do this as well until I figured out that's not the way to do it. You want to immediately put money into account and start trying to trade when you're brand new to trading or learning how to trade. Where, yeah, you're still going to learn, but you're going to make a lot more mistakes in the beginning, just like anything. If you learn anything new, you're going to make mistakes in the beginning, right? So the last thing you want to do is put actual money into the markets when you're brand new to trading, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to just throw that money away. You know what I'm saying? So you're brand new to trading. What I would do is during those times where you're not working, practice, learn how the charts work. That's the most important. We make money based on what the candlesticks do, right? So it's very important to understand what the candlesticks are doing, how they move, what their behaviors are. That way, when you do take trades in the future, you understand at all times what price is doing, right? So that's going to help you make sure whether or not it's a wise decision to either continue to hold a trade. It's going to help you know when to close a trade, move SL, all that good stuff, whether or not to even enter a trade. Then from there, you got to have a trading plan down. You got to have a daily goal, weekly goal, monthly goal. You got to know how many trades you're taking per day. You got to know how much you're risking per trade, all that good stuff. Then from there, that's when you got to figure out, the simple math. You got to understand how risk reward works, how to count pips. All that stuff you got to learn and have an understanding of before you start taking real trades, because that's the main reason why people struggle and blow accounts, is because, again, I give the highway analogy. A lot of y'all want to just drive, right? Either y'all don't never driven before and y'all just want to drive on the highway and then you're surprised when you total the car and crash. Or that's like, what I'm saying, I'm in the States. So that's like saying I live in California and I want to drive to Tennessee, which is on the other side of the country, but I've never driven there before. I'm not going to take a GPS. I'm not going to ask for directions. What's the likelihood of me making it to Tennessee in a timely manner, let alone without missing turns and all that good stuff? It's a very slim chance. And that's the same thing a lot of people do with trading. They just open up accounts and worry about trying to make money, that's great. That's the goal, but you can't achieve that goal without understanding how to even drive or without a GPS. So that's what I would do. If you're brand new to trading, all that time when you're not at work, focus on learning the craft, right? And practice on a demo account. But when you're on a demo account, don't just take stupid lot size positions, because that's what fucks people up as well, right? Again, I'm not saying you got to make a $5,000 demo account. You can put 10K, 50K, 100K, but that doesn't mean, let me goof off and start putting crazy lot sizes that I wouldn't put on my personal account. I know I'm only going to put 500, 1,000 bucks in there, but I'm on my demo account putting 2 lots and 10 lots sticking around, right? That's what messes people up a lot as well. People always like to say, demo accounts don't work because you're not going to feel that pressure because it's not real money. Well, that's just an excuse, because the only difference between a demo account and a live account is when you hit that settings button, that settings gear, and you switch from demo to live. It's the exact same thing. So the only thing that's different is your mindset between the two. Now, if you don't treat a demo account seriously, of course, you're just going to build bad habits that are going to transfer to your live personal account. That's what I'd really do, man. Like I said, I used to work a warehouse job back in the day. I know how that shit goes. And, I used to work 2 jobs. So I know how it goes when you're trying to learn something. You don't have a good schedule. All right, we're gonna be on for a couple more minutes. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. We're looking at charts. Drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that first link in the description. Join our free student free Telegram. You see on your screen how we did last month and last quarter. Make sure to sub to the YouTube too. I got a new video dropping for y'all later on today. If you haven't caught up to the other content drops last week or last month, make sure to check that out. Make sure to explore the playlist. If you're not sub, make sure to sub. Yeah, man, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was saying you gotta do what you gotta do. Like I'm not a like I say it all the time. Like there's two types of people in the world. You know, problems. Solution makers and just victims, winners, losers. Excuse makers or solution finders. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot more excuse makers and solution finders in the world. I used to get messages all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like people be like, I can't trade because I be sleep or I can't go into the lives because they be early. I'm like, okay, I get everybody's got different situations, but it's like that's not really good. Because I can see if you're like, man, I just got off at midnight, so I can't be on the 3 a.m. stream. But it's 3 a.m. for me too. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why I even got into trading London session was because at the time that was the main session that I could look for setups and trade on. Because again, I was working majority of Tokyo session and I was at work during New York, so I could only really manage trades I took from London session during New York, and I could only really take trades and do my analysis during London session, which is why I even got into trading London session. You get what I'm saying? So you just gotta make it work. Because again, most people be talking about New York session. Like I get comments all the time or DMs all the time like, why do you trade London and Tokyo? I thought New York session was the best session. It was like there's a lot of misconceptions in the trading space. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta do what you gotta do. Trust me, I know how it goes. I know how it is. But like I said, like during this time, what I'm saying, I know how the warehouse hours be. Just stack that bread up. Your savings also stack some bread aside for when you do start trading on a live account. You know what I'm saying? And during this time, just really practice, learn the craft, and also practice on a demo account before a live account. And then once you get that confidence. So like I said, once you've been profitable for like a month to 3 months, that's when I'd even recommend on a demo, not just one winning day, not just 2 days or two trades you're one in a row. I'm talking about blue week after blue week after blue week after blue week, 4 weeks straight. That equals a month. You know what I'm saying? So as you be consistently profitable for a month to a quarter, that's when you want to hop into a live account. And then from there, you know what I'm saying? You have money stacked up for to put into a live account as well as money stacked on the side. And then you start doing that on a live account, and then eventually, after a month or two of that, then you want to switch your schedule or find another job. Do that because that's what I did. So I was working 2 jobs, and then once I got the trading shit down, I quit one of my jobs. Was just working one job, and then I was making part-time income from trading. And then eventually, I quit both jobs. You know what I'm saying? Make sure to hit the like button too, y'all, because we're dropping some serious game right now. I know the markets are kind of slow, but it's Monday. Ain't nothing new. I shout out everybody in the live. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody be in these lives. Shout out everybody in these lives. But to say another thing with the live account, you know, you don't have to start off with a big amount, especially when you're first beginning, because you want to build that confidence up. And again, a lot of people think that if they have more capital, then they're going to just automatically win more trades when that's not the case. If you have more capital, you'll have bigger wins money wise, but you also have bigger losses. But I say it all the time: 1% is 1%, 5% is 5%, right? So you know 1% of $100 versus 1% of $1,000 versus 1% of 10K is still 1%. It's just the whole number is different. You know what I'm saying? So if you lose 10% on a $100 account, 10% on a 10K account, you're still losing 10%. So if you can't grow a small account, you're going to kind of struggle with the big account, especially because those numbers are going to be moving a lot quicker, and a lot of people fold underneath that pressure. So I definitely want to start off with a big amount. I'm not saying you don't save up and have money to set to the side for that, but especially when you first get a live account, the last thing you want to do is put in, the entire amount that you had set aside for investing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have plenty of videos showing how you can grow small accounts. Let me drop one in the chat. And I also got a video going over how you can double your account in 2 weeks to a month. You know what I'm saying? You start off small, and then when you start off small, not only you're going to learn how to compound and see with your own eyes how you can grow the small amount to this bigger amount. And then it's like, okay, if I can control this and grow 100 to this, then imagine what I can do on my large accounts, right? Like, I show my members this all the time, and I was just showing one of my students this last week during a one-on-one session, right? Let me pull the photo up so I can show you what I'm talking about. Let's go into the advanced play signal room. Right, give me 1 second. While we're doing that, let's see what these charts are up to. All right, so we're going to go to the advanced play signal room really quick. We're going to go to photos. And this is stuff I did last year as well, so I'm going to show 2 examples. Here's one. Go to the message, right? So this was a $100 account I had. Actually, there's a one before this. Give me 1 second. Where is it? I think I scrolled too far past it. Let me find it. I think it was that one. I could have been this one. Was it this one? Let's see. Okay, it might have been this one. So this was May last year. These are old signals if I take these, right? But I sent this to the members just for motivation because, again, a lot of people think that it's the account size is why they're struggling, but it's really not. This is one of the accounts I withdrew money on. I left $100 in there, right? We started with $94. You see we're up 100. So we already doubled this account, right? You see this screenshot, same balance, but we're up $200, right? But what I want you to look at is the lot size, right? 0.04s. All you got to do is just put a 0.04 lot size in your demo real quick. You're going to know and realize that you're not going to just jump to $25, right? Now let's look at how much pips we caught. We entered this buy at 169.60, is at 170.46. So that's almost 100 pips, this one position alone, right? Look at this gold position. All you got to do is put a 0.02 in, and you're going to realize in 2 seconds you're not going to be up $20, $45. Right, let's look at the position. We entered this sell at 2010. Held us all the way to 1987, which is a shit ton of pips, which is why we're up $45, right? So, right here, this will, like I said here, I was like, this is for motivation, over leveraging, just patience, understand market structure, key price levels. We hold these trades for 2 days. So this is me holding this position for 2 days and scaling positions, obviously, but in 2 days, because going with the flow of price and understanding risk reward, understanding how price moves, I was able to literally triple account in just 2 days, just easily, right? $100 account, right? And then I have another example in here, and I do this a lot, but again, in real life, people don't be posting, profits like that. Like, I'll post like screenshots of one of my accounts, like entries and stuff. And if y'all really want to do the math, y'all can try to calculate how much I make, but I just personally don't do that, right? So I just don't like people know what I got going on, right? But here's another example last year as well. This was like Q3, August. Same thing. This was a $100 account. Doubled it in literally 3 days. Right, we started at 144. These are 0.01 positions. You see them up $10+ on all these positions. You see this GA buy into this at 96.09, still holding at 98.64. So that's over 200 pips. Again, you're not going to just magically enter a buy and be up 200 pips on a currency pair. So again, once you learn the fundamentals and then you start trading with real money, you're gonna be surprised what you can do with a little amounts of money. You know what I'm saying? What time frames do you look at when you place your support and resistance? Daily and the 4 hour. Daily and the 4 hour. My blue lines are the daily levels. My gold lines are the 4 hour levels. SX. And this is why you always want to wait for retest as well. Because imagine if we would have had FOMO kick in and we would have took this buy here instead of waiting for the retest or retracement. We would have been having a worse position, a smaller risk reward, and then we'd be even more drawdown, an unnecessary drawdown. If all we would have done is waited just an extra 20, well, not 20, extra like 30, 45 minutes, we could have avoided that, right? So again, that's why we always just want to be patient and wait for confirmations. Because again, price 9 times, 8 times out of 10 is going to retrace. It's never just going to start flying up or shooting down without doing a retest or confirmation at least once or twice. That's just how price works. And again, this is also why we're waiting to see if price can hold this level as support. We see what happens as soon as price touches this level, it reject it down. Again, the more you're on the charts, the more you're going to be familiar with price's behaviors. And the more you're familiar with price's behaviors, the easier it's going to be to predict those behaviors, right? It's just like having a pet or a child in the house. The longer they're around you, the more they're going to understand your behaviors and vice versa, right? It's not because you're a mind reader, you know how people are going to react or animals are going to react to certain situations or their behaviors. It's just literally pattern recognition. That's the same thing with the charts. The charts do the same handful of tricks on a daily, weekly basis. You just got to pay attention and understand and recognize it. All right, y'all. We're gonna be on for a few more minutes. You guys got any questions? Drop them in the chat. When we look at any charts, drop them in the chat. Make sure to hit that first in the description. Join the free Instagram, free Telegram. Make sure to sub to the YouTube. We just hit 2,000 subscribers. Shout out to all of y'all. Well, we're not done yet. Let's get to 3K. We can get that easily. Make sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. Y'all see that scrolling at the bottom of y'all screen. See, Nas is retracing as well. That's the one I really want to take a position on. This Nas. Yep, Nas retraced as well. Same thing with Nas, right? Imagine we would have took this buy when price was up here. Remember those I was here in the beginning? I said we want to wait for it to retrace because that's not a really good entry. And look what would have happened if we would have took this buy here. Would have been slightly blue, and the price would have shot right back down to our initial ideal entry. Again, another example why you don't want to chase trades. You either want to wait for the retracement or the retest. All right, y'all. If you guys want to contact me directly, y'all can DM me on Instagram or Telegram. Members, you already know in a couple hours, I'm going to drop that New York price watch list for y'all. And we're going to be back at the same time tomorrow, London session, 3 a.m. EST.